Now now get your pens and papers out. Write this one down for sure. This is the brine recipe you've always been waiting for. So it is simply, by weight, I'm gonna get some kosher salt. And kosher salt. You want 4 ounces by weight of kosher salt. So I'm gonna turn on this pot here. Now I'm just gonna get this measured out. Clear that up. That R0. Now I got 4 ounces of kosher salt. Then you want 3.5 ounces by weight of light brown sugar. Okay, 6. Okay, 3, 4, 5. That's close enough. Now I got that in there. Got that going. My onions are starting to sizzle. You're hearing that sizzle. So another pot here, I'm gonna add 2 cups of water. So I'm gonna get 2 cups of water. This is how you get your brine melted and how you get rid of, just kind of first dissolve all that salt and all that sugar. Add it to my pot. I'll go ahead and get that cut up. Turn that up a little bit. To that pot, I'm gonna add my kosher salt, and I'm gonna add my brown sugar. Right. Next, you want 3 quarts of water. So 4 ounces of salt, 3.5 ounces of sugar, 3 quarts of water. Now, the rest of the water that you want to add to this recipe, you want it to be pretty cold. You want cold water. So now, I'm going to take in, got my hot 2 cups of water there. Done. To that, I'm going to add the rest of my water. Nice cold water is going to chill that whole thing down. Done. Next, I'm just going to add whatever herbs you have laying around. I really love a couple sprigs of thyme just to get in there. I love thyme, it's one of my favorite herbs. My family's from Jamaica. When I was growing up, we had this Jamaican restaurant and grocery store for like over 20 years in Detroit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And I first learned about thyme and I use it in a lot of my recipes. Delicious herb, also really good in French cuisine. Perfect. So now, once I have that brine made, now this is what you can use for pork. You can use this for chicken breast, amazing. Amazing for your Thanksgiving turkey. This recipe, awesome for Thanksgiving turkey. Feel free to double it. So if you double it, you have 8 ounces of salt, you have 7 ounces of sugar, and you have 1.5 gallons of water if you're brining like an entire turkey. Perfect every time. You'll never have dry turkey again if you brine it. How long? I'm gonna take this pork, I'm gonna sit this inside of my brine. All I'm gonna do is sit it in there. Give my hands a quick wash. And now you want this to brine in your refrigerator. Let it get brined for about 8 hours. So 4 ounces of salt, 3.5 ounces of brown sugar, 3 quarts of water, and 8 hours time. So perfect before you go to bed. Put it in before you go to bed. Take it out when you wake up in the morning. Once you take it out in the morning, it's ready to go. Perfect. So just to finish off that whole pork loin discussion we had earlier, we put our pork loin inside the brine. Now, just like you're making Thanksgiving turkey, if you're making chicken, if you're making whatever, you want to give it a chance to get out of the brine and kind of dry off a little bit. You're gonna take that pork has been in here for 8 hours. Now that it's done, just gonna let that come out. It kind of absorbs that salt and that sugar, and it gives it a nice flavor. And before you roast it, just give you a little chance to see that. Take a look at that pork. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. I'm gonna give it a quick pat, extra moisture off. Ground black pepper into the oven, 400 degrees. Convection, if you have a convection oven, right in. Takes about 45 minutes to an hour in the oven to get that perfect roast of that pork. I mean, amazing. Just that simple. Nothing else. Maybe I can add a little bit of, just for fun, I can add a little bit of this Weber's. I really love this Weber's garlic and herb seasoning. You have to have this as like a basis for like so many things in your kitchen. Weber's garlic and herb. Boom, done. couple shakes of that into that oven, 400 degrees, couple minutes, and beautiful. Now, I do have one already done. Go ahead and set this in. Let's make it to the side. And I have one already done. I just pulled this out of the oven maybe about 15 minutes ago. Look at that beautiful, beautiful loin of pork.
That looks amazing.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So the most important thing to do is, so let's imagine you're in an oven and like your water, right? And you have this juicy piece of pork. And when you hit that with an oven, the heat is gonna come against this at all different sides in one kind of uniform way. In an oven, heat penetrates this meat. What that does is that forces all the water and all the juice and all the moisture inside that pork to get to the middle. It's gonna run away from the heat and try to get to the middle. So when they say rest your meat, it's so important to rest your pork or rest your steak or rest your chicken or anything, because now you're giving that moisture that's now in the center of that meat chances to redistribute back out to the periphery, back out to the outside before you slice it. If you slice right into it, right when you come out of the oven, all your moisture is gonna leave and you're gonna end up with a dry product. So now I'm just gonna get this and put this all together. I have a beautiful pork here, I have some peaches. So now I'm gonna take this plate and we're gonna start to get this plated. I'm gonna get cut into this pork so you guys can see this delicious result. Oh my God, man, this is great. And I always be like, oh, this is crap. It's not really that good. But you know what? This is that good. It's brine, so it makes it even that much more difficult for it to dry out. It has a nice moisture that's inside. The juices that start to redistribute. Oh, look at that beautiful cut. Beautiful meat. Wow. This is delicious. You guys have to try this. It's so simple. And pork, I love it because it's so cheap. Like, this is like $2.19 a pound at the grocery store, right? It's so much cheaper than beef. And it actually, pork loin is just as lean as chicken breast. So you think, oh my God, it's so much fatty. It's so fatty, maybe not so good for me. It's actually just as lean as chicken breast. So I got that going there. And let's get this plated. Wow, amazing. Pork. I got some nice, beautiful grilled peach. Let's put another ones down. Look at that nice colorizing. Beautiful. Maybe let's just do one more just for fun. Boom, got 3 peaches, 3 slices of pork. Get myself some barbecue sauce here. This is that beautiful blueberry barbecue sauce. So I'm thinking chev, think goat cheese, think fresh caramelized peaches and blueberries all together. Beautiful plate there. Bam. Now I was just thinking about this, and I just wanted just for fun, add in some goat cheese, a little bit of fresh, a little bit of half and half. Get this, and bring this and whip this a little bit, just to give us a little bit of. You always want at least 2 or 3 colors when you're making food. Try to make like 2 or 3 colors. It makes it just a little bit more interesting, really beautiful. Just make a little bit of half and half, a little bit of fresh chev, that goat cheese, a little salt. There. And now I'm gonna take that, spoon that a bit more, just a little bit more to give it that last thing. Todd, I'm almost done. I'm wrapping up right now.
I have to pick up my mouth and all my drools, so you're good.
So now you just take these little pieces of fresh chev that have been soaked in a little bit of half and half with some salt. This is gonna give it that nice little creamy edge all over your peaches. Think peaches and cream.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have it twice because we did have to do a test run to start with. So
now let's give it a little garnish to finish it off. I'm gonna take these onions. These are simple, just green onions. I'm gonna take that and cut that on a nice, sharp angle. This is a nice sharp angle, really sharp angle to give it nice long. In culinary school, we actually had to, as a part of our final exam, we had to cut onions on a bias of 3 inches before we were able to pass. It had to be 3 inches long. So that means that little piece of onion had to be nice and long to give you that beautiful garnish on the end. And look at that, nice green, nice, oh wow, that's high end. That's great food. Beautiful pork, beautiful grilled peaches, polenta, chev, crema. Thank you very much, guys.